Welcome to Ultimate Pool, the Masters Week 20 highlight show. Stevie Dempsey, the Irishman, will be the big favourite for this group. He's the #2 ranked player on the Ultimate Pool Pro Series. He's won 2 titles this year, and he will be a very big favourite for this group, because up against him is 3 challengers that aren't going particularly well this year on the Challenger Series: Connor Craig, Scott Yardley and Zach Shepherd. In our first match, we're going to see Scott Yardley taking on Zach Shepherd, and then Stevie Dempsey will take on Connor Craig. So into our first match then, and Yardley takes on Shepherd.
Well, it is Zach Shepherd that's going to get us off to a start, and a decent break it is as well.
Yeah, he's hit them well. Oh, the black hit about. Do we have the golden break in action tonight?
Absolutely.
I cannot wait. I hope we see one. I hope we see one. It's a decent break, but there's nothing down, Dave.
Yeah, trying even worse news for Zach here is that it's quite an open split. There is the obvious problem with the 8 ball, but the reds around it aren't too difficult, and I think reds will be his choice for Scott.
I know it's only early, but this is... Oh, he's got away with it, got to the middle. But like I said, I know it's only early, but finishes like this really stomps down your authority in the match. So Scott will be looking to take these out, and you know, you don't want to be chasing a finish early on. They're all there, sort of thing.
Yeah, the red that's closest to the yellow at the bottom left-hand side is causing the biggest headache for Scott here, but a couple of balls round it, if he does feel the need to give it a nudge.
That's a nice shot. When I say they're all there, they're actually a bit trickier than I thought, but you know, if you take this out, it's going to give you massive confidence for the rest of the night. He's looking at where he's going, where the white's going to be left when he hits this yellow full ball. Probably looking at flicking off it maybe, or hitting it full in the face.
Yeah, I think the angle he's left himself, Dave. He's probably kissing the wrong side of this yellow and going away from his work.
I think he might be on full into it. There we go, like that. What's a little cannon?
And I think he'll settle for that.
That's a good shot. Nice shot by Scott. He's got the, if he wants the bridge, he's got the one in the middle, and he's also got the one in the corner. It's just whatever he feels more comfortable with. That's what he's looking at next, where to leave the white. But then, the red in the middle of the table is a bit of a problem now, Dave, because he's got to get back onto that in about 2 shots' time.
Yeah, I mean, it does pass up into the top right corner as we look down on the screen, but it's just getting on it. I think that's what will be his choice. Ideally, though, he'd like to have left this as his last ball, the one he's about to play onto. Well, he's looking like he's planning on giving it a nudge, actually.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's going to try and give it a nudge, or the red might flick the yellow, then it'll hit the cushion, then it'll hit the black, and hopefully he's on it, or it might hit the cushion directly.
Looks a little high risk. An awful lot's got to go right here.
I think the red should go straight into the yellow, like that, into the black, just like that, Dave.
Perfectly executed. Not out of the woods yet, though.
I was pretty proud of call that.
Absolutely. That's what you're here for, Dave. I could see you looking at me for the look of acknowledgement.
Oh, I was. The nod.
I know, the nod.
Thank you very much.
But now you're a professional player, Dave. Where's your ranking? Number 20. I mean, it comes without saying we expect this from you.
I know, but it's early in the night. We're only 3 minutes in. But yeah, it was a great shot. The only problem is the yellow that he cannoned has actually come out probably about 1 inch too far. So if he wants to screw straight back, that yellow does come into play. Plays the size of a beach ball, that yellow. See if he goes straight through the middle. Oh, he's played that great. Wow, what a fantastic shot that is. I mean, that is such a good shot with that pace on a brand new table, Dave. You know, he just doesn't want to. He's going to pot this red now. I think he might flick the yellow, which he's closest to. He just doesn't want to go behind one of the 2 yellows on probably the bottom end of the table as we're looking at it now from the top. So he just doesn't want to can it too thick. Oh,
can he find a way through?
Oh,
well, has he found a way through? I think he might have done, Dave.
No, I don't think he has. Oh, he has.
Certainly looks like he's on it here.
Wow. And this is a great start for Scott. It was a good finish. Bit of luck involved, but I'll tell you what, it's a superb finish.
So early signs are looking like Zach Shepherd might have his work cut out, but he's going to have a chance to even things up straight away. As unfortunately, Scott just gets kicked in off.
And
Look
you
at
know what?
this.
That's a good break, that as well. He's got kicked in off, but a lot of players now are sort of screwing into the side rail, so it must be the in thing to do that must be working. So he's got a bit unlucky there. And first look here, I mean, both are really nice. If the yellow goes past the red, it's really nice.
If you're screwing into the side rail, Dave, surely you're not catching the front ball absolutely plumb.
No, I agree. I don't do that. But
No, I know you don't. No.
I was practicing with Liam White today, and he was doing that, and he said that's what he aims for, and he broke really well. So maybe maybe you just don't hit it as flush as you want to, really.
Liam's a great example of you don't need to put an awful lot of power into the bait, even though he does so. He's a great example of timing. Because let's be honest, he's not the biggest of lads. He's quite small, but the power on his break is immense.
I agree. He was bridging today over a ball, and he said it's not fair. He should be allowed a ladder. That's what he said. But no, you go back to the break. It's all about timing. You could be the biggest guy in the world, muscliest guy in the world, and if you don't time that break right, they don't come out. You don't get the split. Like, because Liam, the way he was breaking today, the splits, he was just fantastic. It's nice to see. But Zach's run out of position there. He wanted to be on this yellow in the middle, and he's just hit it probably the wrong side of the red. And this is a test of cueing early on. And Zach did tell me he's using a snooker cue at the moment.
Yeah, it does look a little bit thicker.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Full 10mm tip then.
Between 9.5 and 10, do you reckon, Dave?
Is that by choice, or is it because...
Yeah, he said it's by choice. He said he's not playing enough at the moment, so his pool cue's really thin. So he said, you know, because he's not practicing, he needs to play with a bigger tip, especially when you're playing on a super fine cloth like we are here, Dave. It's really easy to put on some unwanted side. So, you know, if you look at a lot of the top pros, he played between probably 8 and 9.5. You know, but then you get some pros like Josh Kane who plays for the 7.2. So
yeah, silly small that.
Josh
is the smallest.
Yeah, I think it is.
So. I think it is. Out of the professionals, I mean.
And Shane Thompson has a 10mm.
Yeah, Shane, a big advocate for the bigger tip size, but Shane has such a long cue action that creating spin on the cue ball is just not a problem for him.
No, I agree. And the only thing is with the bigger tip, you're playing. If you go to sort of a club competition where the tables aren't as good, you know, you're going to struggle then, because obviously the cloths are more worn, so you're not as quick. So you have to really dig into that cue ball, which with a 10mm you can't. But for Ultimate Pool, just to show you, he's won 3 events, so obviously worked at the big stage.
And the final of another.
Exactly, yeah. So it must work for him. I'd love to see him down at the local pub.
I reckon he could pick up any cue.
Yeah,
that sort of cue action.
Yeah, he could. That's what I struggled with when I moved up.
Well, to make the game look easy, it's all about hitting the cue ball in the centre. Now that might seem a little bit of a strange thing to say, because it's hard, you know, easier said than done. If you got a small tip, obviously it's a lot more difficult to hit the centre of the cue ball, so you might be better with a shorter cue action.
I agree then.
Big double to level things up.
Oh, and he's played this lovely. That's skidded nice. And there's 2 frames and 2 reverse dishes. Great start.
Zach won the next 2 frames as well.
The big boys game, as it's called.
Yeah, but
by some.
Just because you're amazing at snooker does not mean you're going to come over to the pool world and run away with it, because it's a complete different game.
No, I think one of the main things we're going to see is, we talk about cue actions an awful lot, Dave, but they don't play as big of a part on the smaller table.
I agree.
You can get away with it massively. You can't get away with it on the bigger table, and it comes down more to timing of the break and pattern play. Yeah,
pattern play there's the big one, because the snooker players that are coming over, they know they're not going to come over and dominate when you got people like Mick, Gaz, and all these boys. But they're going to be good, and they're going to take some beating.
Do you think we will see a snooker player pick up a trophy at Ultimate Pool next year, or do you think it'll take them a little bit longer to realise there's a bit more to this game?
So,
not for some of them, because Mark Allen and Tom Ford, for example,
just about to say Tom.
Well, you're just about to say it. They come from pools, so they know. But what are your thoughts?
I was just about to say, I didn't mention him when I mentioned the snooker players. That's a great shot by Zach. Fantastic shot. But I think out of all of them coming over, I've heard, because he's older than me, so when he was playing pool, I didn't. I was still too young. But I've heard Tom Ford's some player.
Yeah, he played for Leicestershire around the same time as Mark Selby, and them two were pretty formidable. So
yes, I've heard.
Obviously, Mark was 2006 world champion, good friend of Gareth Potts.
Related, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
And then you got Mark Williams, who's got his own pool club, plays Chinese 8-ball. You know, so he's going to be able to play. And we seen Ryan Day play in the doubles. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the country for that one, so I didn't see it.
He was very good.
Was he? Yeah. Well,
very, very good.
The way he hits the ball, it does not surprise me. But I think out of all of them, Stephen Maguire as well.
Yeah, Stephen Maguire. Out of all the players that we've sent so far, I mean, who's the most you worried about?
Tom Ford.
Tom Ford, yeah.
Tom Ford and Mark Allen. Yeah, because Mark Allen's played for Pool for Ireland. They're them sort of characters that they're born winners. You don't get to top 32 in the world, top 10 in the world, win big snooker events if you're not a winner. And you know, none of them boys are going to come over here just expecting they're going to win it, but they're going to expect to do well. So if they're not doing well, they will be putting in the hours.
I feel they may be in for a little bit of a shock if they haven't watched it already.
I agree.
Some of them.
I agree, because I mean the professional tour, it's just stacked. You could be playing the number 43rd out of the 48 pros, and you could beat you 7-1 without you getting to the table, or Emma could just turn up and out of nowhere just beat you. So
Emma, who was victorious this weekend down in Daventry, 2 out of 2.
Oh, she won both of them.
Yeah, she won the first mini-series as well. Ronan didn't manage to defend his title. His run of competitions came to an end at the
rubbish
weekend.
That Ronan. Rubbish. What a rubbish player.
He only managed to win everything for around just over 2 months, I think, which is pretty terrible, really.
World Championship, World Masters, Players Championship, the Northern Ireland. You won a Northern Ireland event.
World Team Shootout runner-up as well. just everything that he entered, he ran extremely deep or won. Sorry. But it has to come to an end at some point. It started at the mini-series, and that mini-series that he won, because he's not had the best of seasons with Ultimate Pool so far, it went to a Final Fame decider against Keith Brewer. It went to a 6-red shootout in the first mini-series, which he won, and that started off his winning streak. And it's amazing how just a few seconds of pool can sometimes make the difference.
Yeah, winning just breeds winning, though,
Absolutely.
Dave, doesn't it? And you know, you get a taste of winning. You know how to win. I mean, that's what happened with Shane the other year. He won 3 out of 4, didn't he? Or 3 out of 5?
Yeah, he won 3, and he was runner-up in the first one, I think, and then he won 3. I don't think it was 3 in a row, though. I think it was 2 then,
2
one
in a
after
row,
them.
but you know, he won 2 on one weekend. So it just shows if you're confident and you're winning, there's between your ears, there's not much stopping you.
Absolutely.
But what Ronan's done recently is just phenomenal.
Well, it's unheard of to have such a dominance in everything you enter, due to the calibre of player that's behind you constantly.
You know, winning the world title and the world masters title in the same weekend takes some stamina, that, and for a guy who plays in the over 50s.
Well, yeah, just about to say he's 53 years of age, so hope for us all.
He's a bit short, though.
Feel this is a massive visit to the table for Scott Yardley. The match clock, not really an issue at the moment, but 5-1 behind against somebody as good as Zach would be a tall order. Thin cut. Got to keep that cue ball out as well, but that's the advantage of this cloth. You could just see the cue ball gripping against the base.
Shot. Fantastic shot.
Giving himself a great opportunity to get back within 2. Which he does. Looks like we've got a match on here, Dave.
Definitely.
Scott Yardley won 2 of the next 3 to get back within 1.
You're feral and
You, Dave.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, all pros have got to play a lot now. I mean, you know, like I say, you lose your white a lot with that bigger tip because you can't control it enough.
I think obviously the 9-ball cues are predominantly a lot heavier.
But then break cues are meant to be lighter.
Well, that's something that was an argument certainly when I was younger. The consensus now is definitely that a lighter cue is better. You can whip it.
Yeah.
I think the saying is you can whip the cue ball.
But then I just think it's what your personal feel is of a cue. But it's definitely up for conversation on what's the best break cue.
I mean, the idea of breaking is pretty obvious. Try and get the pack open as much as possible and keep the cue ball safe. And if you do that with a snooker cue, a 9-ball cue, or whatever cue you want to use, and you do it consistently, then that's what's right for you.
And who would you say the top 3 breakers are in the game?
Ultimate Pool.
Jack Whelan.
Jack.
Tom Cousins?
Tom Cousins. Gaz.
How many of them use a break cue?
But consistency as well. Stevie Dempsey, who we're going to see in the next match, has a very consistent break. John Rose breaks, very underrated. There's
John
just
Rose
so
is
many.
huge.
Liam White, who we mentioned before.
How many of
big
them use a break cue, Dave?
All of them, I think.
No, Jack doesn't. Tom doesn't.
No, Jack definitely doesn't. Gaz does.
Gaz does, but because Gaz is the most ridiculous break I've ever seen. It bends that much and stuff. But
I don't think John does, actually.
John doesn't. A lot of them don't,
No.
honestly, Dave. I've noticed, because I don't anymore.
I think it depends also on the thickness of your cue, Dave, as we watching this
agree.
clearance. We're missing this because we're talking about
Yeah, exactly.
breaking off. If you've got a very thin
Josh
end to
Kane.
your cue, then you just simply can't use it.
I agree.
If you've got a tip that's under, say, 8.5 mil, it's virtually impossible.
Shane Thompson doesn't use a break cue.
Doesn't need to with his big tip.
Yeah, so a lot of the top boys don't use a breaking cue, but because the table and the cloth is that good, you don't really need to hit them that hard to get a really good split. There's another one.
This has been a fantastic clearance while we've been talking about breaking cues. He edges his nose a little bit further in front, Zach Shepherd, just keeping that 2-frame gap. We're into that 15-second part of the match, Dave. Things can change very quickly. Zach Shepherd will be hoping not so.
You going to put any more off the break, Zach?
Was that 3 and 3 reds and a yellow, I think, at first glance? Yeah, 3 reds and a yellow. And would you believe it, he doesn't have a simple opener here.
See how fast that was. He just, the replay finished and it was beeping already.
Good opening pot.
Hit the jaw.
Needs a nice kiss on this yellow.
And he's got one.
That will do nicely. Can he pot this into the corner and find the gap between the 2 yellows?
As Donkey says in Shrek, that'll do, Donkey. As Shrek says to the Donkey, that'll do, Donkey. That'll do. Nice gap.
You need to work on your Scottish accent there, Dave.
Yeah, I'm not Michael Myers, mate. I can't do it. Okay, Goobsy's down on Monday, and I'm going to ask him.
Yeah, we'll set Goobsy on you.
He owes me a Nando's, that man.
Beautiful, lots of right-hand side on the cue ball. And I think this 15 seconds a shot is actually doing Zach a favour. He's not got as much chance to look at any other option, as you don't, because he just simply doesn't have time. So he's just having to get on with it, and I think it's having a positive effect. And with just over 6 minutes remaining, Zach Shepherd is on the hill in 7-4.
Zach Shepherd won the next frame as well to complete victory and put himself into tonight's group final. On to our second match then, Stevie Dempsey taking on Conor Craig. Stevie won a very scrappy opening frame, but Conor has the break in frame 2.
Yeah. Give us probably a bit more insight into that.
Because I spoke to him, it was the weekend after, it was the Monday after I got to the final of the Pro Series, and I was speaking to him on the Monday, came down, and when he beat Aaron, he gave it a big fist bump just when he got on the black. And I love seeing that, you know, when he was proper all night, just proper digging in, and that's the sort of player he is. He's that player that he could be 10-1 down in a race to 11, and he will still give everything, you know. That's what I really like about him.
You have to scrape him off the table.
Yeah, that's exactly what you could say. It's a nice pot to start from Connor.
It's nice for Connor here. He's just got a couple of easy pots. Just trying to settle him down a little bit because he's clearly not comfortable as yet.
But if he gets these, he will be. From Grimsby, did you say?
Grimsby's from, yeah.
He's got a nice little fancy cue. I like that. Not seen many cues like that in my time. And I like his shot selection here. He's just left himself a little bit of distance, but he's got himself a shot and he's going to swing it round and maybe put them both in the same pocket. Or maybe he might put his next yellow in the left-hand middle. It's a nice shot. So I'll have to play another one here, though. I'll have to play another big shot.
That cue ball getting close to the cushion has done him no favours.
Yeah, if he was a couple of inches off, he was all right. Look how much he's jacking that. Oh, my goodness, what a shot that is. What a great shot that was there. I mean, positional-wise, he's not got where he wanted, but what a shot that was. Big Barney Rubble.
Oh. And again. Great couple of balls by Conor Craig here.
I tell you what, Connor, he'll go to his chair thinking that's a great finish, but he should be thinking, I should be 2-0 up. It's a great finish from Connor.
And there you see the smile in the background. It's just settled him if there was any nerves.
Bam.
Cue ball's close. Stays on the table.
But he's dry. And have you ever seen a Liverpool fan wear a bright blue shirt to play pool?
No.
I said to him before, Stevie, what are you doing? Started laughing. Does what he wants, Stevie. I don't know what's on. I'd probably look at reds if you can get into the red and black in your first shot. There's
problems everywhere here, though, Dave. Everywhere he looks.
That's what I mean. So now he's free. They're on now.
He looks to me, though, that he looks like he's made his mind up. He is going to take virtually every chance he gets at the table on.
You've got to against someone like Stevie. You know, you can't. You've got to go out swinging if you're going out. Do you know what I mean? You've got to take the game to Stevie. It's like when teams go to the Etihad, you've got to go for it. You can't just sit back and hopefully get the chances. You've got to go take them. Oh.
And as we were just talking him up, he has thrown a miss in.
Yeah, I didn't expect that one.
Two big problems, though, here for the world number 2. Looking to deal with one of them straight away. But hasn't managed it. Can he play this off the red in the centre pocket, Dave?
I think he can. Or I think he might not do it now and he'll do it off the next yellow instead, as the next yellow doesn't have a pocket. So I think he might just pot this straight, and just roll it through. There we go. And then come off about 6 inches. A bit more you wanted, I guess.
Yeah.
Be straight on this.
He's now hampered by the red and has to be quite precise with this. What going on in this shot?
This is tough. It's sort of, as they say, a blind pocket when you're cutting the ball back.
He's also got to watch his cue ball.
He's going to have to jack it up a little bit as well because he's bridging a bit. So, has he disappeared?
He's just at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, I can see him lining it up. But you know, this is going to have to be a good shot. Great shot. And that's what you're on about with the cue ball there, but look where he's just pushed that other yellow.
Yeah, I think he's okay here, though, Dave. I think he's okay. I think he can get through to the potting angle on the one on the middle pocket and then possibly run round off 2 cushions, maybe 3.
I think it's a bit too thin, but I think because the cushions are skidding that much, he might struggle. I think he's going to have a look at it.
That's what he's looking at. I think he can just get past this 8 ball. May need a little bit of right-hand side.
I think he's missing this yellow.
You were right, Dave. It was a bit thinner.
Connor might get a second chance.
He just might. Does this yellow pass the red? I don't think it does. The one near the 8 ball? I don't think it does.
What, long?
Yeah, and it's a very difficult part. But I just can't see any other option for him.
I think he's... Oh, I thought he was lining up the double.
Looks like he's playing it in the middle.
Yeah, he is.
He is playing it in the middle, and he has got it. Needs to miss the 8. Now, he's obviously weighed up whether he can play this into the red. So, cushion red. And
but then where's the other yellow going? That's the... I didn't know if that yellow on the bulk line doubled the previous shot between the red and the black. He could play a loss of turn shot and leave Connor a long red. Stick it on it. Wow.
Perfect. Very well judged.
Fantastic shot. Fantastic shot. And that is the experience of Stevie Dempsey coming to play.
Yeah, not often you see a player take on a loss of turn when his opponent will still have double the amount of balls on the table, but that confident he was going to get it tight up against the red. He's asked Connor to play a shot, that's for sure, and he's not managed it.
Yes, I'm not sure if Stevie's going to screw into the yellow or is he going to go screw? Let's see.
Ideally, he'd like to come around the back of it, but he may be a little bit too thin for that.
Yeah, that's a tight one. I think he's going to try and bump it and then play it long, or is he going to go twice across? Twice across, but then bringing it, that's a good shot.
Needs a friendly kiss, and he's got one. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he played it like that. I think he was aiming to go past it, but he'll definitely take it. One of my favourite players to watch, Stevie, when he's playing. When he's flying. Really is.
Yeah, a little bit of a shaky start, you have to say, but looks like he's beginning to settle. Not that these were easy, by all means.
I mean, for me, this is a 10 out of 10 black for Stevie. Touch wood. Don't want to jinx you, mate. Sorry. There you go. Centre pocket.
Never touch the sides.
Stevie Dempsey won the next 2 frames to go 4-1 in front.
The guy with the good shirt is hoping for a good break.
Yes. You've jinxed him now, haven't you? You've shown him off.
It is a good break.
He's gone dry. No, he's not. He's gone dry. Dave. You ever see that when I'm playing and want to show at you?
That red just rocked back. Just look at the top centre pocket here. There's a red that just comes close. Here it comes. Looks like it's going in. It just whops back a little bit.
That's the new recloth, isn't it? And these aren't easy for Stevie. I mean, he's on the yellow near the rail now. If he wants to take it, or he can go into it. There's a few options.
Yeah, but he's got a big target, that black and the red. He's going to play a nudge into it, and as long as he goes into it from the right cushion, guaranteed a shot on his problem yellow. His other 5 look quite simple.
He tried to pot that, but no.
Well, I don't think he's left himself a shot here, Dave.
No, he hasn't. Maybe a plant.
A plant it is. Cue ball going away from his work slightly.
It's a good shot.
It is a good shot.
Now, can he pot this? So now, can he pot this into the middle, come off the top cushion, and smash into the yellow or the black or the yellow?
Yeah, I think ideally the red will be his target. Ideally, you hit the red next to the 8 ball. That'd be absolutely perfect.
I agree.
Has to be very accurate to hit the red. Don't see him playing this with too much pace.
No.
Wow.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Didn't fancy it at all. Has ran the cue ball round off 2 cushions. This is okay, though. He can play this one up into the top left as we look at the table and stun across into that 8 ball in red.
He can.
He will, however, though, need to guarantee a shot on the one down the rail because he certainly won't be on the other one.
Ow. Doesn't want it to drop.
Took a chance. Look at that.
Wow.
What did I say about not being on the other one?
Well, which one would you go for now? That's a fantastic shot.
And I think it is that sort of vision that separates some players from others. Although I know he hit it very hard, but he could have taken a shot earlier. He could have gone into them a shot earlier. I think the shot that you spotted was on, and he chose not to because he had his plan.
Some people play better shots than others, so like he might be one of them. He was saying to me that he played 9 ball for a lot of time. When he was over in America years ago, so we had a chat, and you know, maybe he likes pumping in balls a bit more. I like sort of, I wouldn't say rolling it, but you know, like flicking the balls in. So I would like to come off that top cushion there. You know, that's sort of more my game.
Connor is going to get a chance though, and this looked a good opening break. Ball's flying absolutely everywhere there. Hard to believe one's not found a pocket. This looks a comfortable table. As comfortable as you can be when you're 5-1 down to Stevie Dempsey.
Nothing's comfortable 5-1 down to Stevie Dempsey. I hope he gets these though. Be a nice little confidence boost for him.
Yeah, he's landed a little bit awkward. He's opting to take the plant.
Trying to avoid plants as much as possible, me.
Yeah, and that's the reason why. He had another option at the bottom of the table, and he could have possibly rerouted. Stevie's probably going to attack his problem balls very early here, and you just feel that if he's getting into his groove a little bit.
Does he think on this one first up? Yeah,
That's what I thought he was going to play early doors, but here we go.
I agree. Oh, he's playing lost a turn, covering it up.
So even at 5-1 up, not taking any chances.
No, that's a true professional, that though, isn't it? Doesn't matter if you're 5-1 up, 5-1 down, you play the right shot.
Yeah, he could have obviously not thrown his cue at that, but it was tough. It was a tough, thin cut, and feeling that's a far better option to win this frame.
And that's a good shot by Connor if it stays over the hole. You know, Stevie's got 2 yellows near that pocket.
Does that squeeze in, do you think, Dave? I think it might.
I think it does, yeah.
Before you say it, I'm not having 50p on it. I'm taking my money and running, or walking.
Doesn't surprise me. I'm joking. Didn't even bring me an iPhone charger.
This time choosing to open things up a little bit, and both of them yellows do now pass up into the bottom, well, the top left as we look. Thought we were going to overhead. There you go. Both of them do pass. But where is his next pot coming from? The only shot I can see he's got is the yellow he's closest to off the red. And he might be reluctant to play this because he doesn't have too much control over the cue ball.
Always tried to play the loss of turn.
He has. And it's bad news, because he hasn't potted the red over the pocket, and now both of his yellows are tied up. So there's a little bit of mileage left in this 7th frame.
Would you play the double now?
Absolutely. Wow. How quickly has he opened this up? Anywhere around the blue spot should be fine. Right in the centre of the table.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I think you need to play that with a bit of bottom, like in 9-ball or something like that. That's the shot that they play, but play different over here, the tables.
Full ball snookered.
Snooker behind the black here, Dave.
Yeah, didn't feel he could get to the potting angle on either of them yellows, Dave, and has played a good safety.
And I think he's corner off 2 cushions and pots the red in the middle.
Oh, can't imagine why you've called that shot, Dave.
No, but he's playing off 1. Damn.
Which turns into loss of turn.
Wasn't a loss of turn because he missed his ball completely, Dave.
It was, yeah.
Just sorry, mate. Shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have called you on that.
It's all right. Little mistakes. He's going to tie him back up straight away. I think so, because all 3 of these yellows are in difficult positions.
Proper professional performance here from Stevie. Get out of that, as they say in the pub.
Yeah, this is very tough indeed.
50p if he hits it.
Well, can't. It's just very tough. He has to play into the short rail, I think.
Yeah, he does. Just missed the yellow and black.
Yeah, and that was very difficult. Stevie putting him in a world of trouble.
Yeah, I think he'll play the plant now and then go game. What was he going to take? The bottom 2, then the plant. Yeah, bottom 2, then the plant.
Can take this one sort of risk-free, can't he? Not that he's ever going to miss it. And it just shows the importance of respecting your opponent and playing the right shot. Because it was a shaky start for Stevie.
Yeah, you
remember that.
Pull down, yeah. I mean, Stevie couldn't have probably put that bet with his hand because he's just going to play this now and he'll go to his other ball over the hole. Cue ball control for Stevie's so good. And here we go. He's just going to roll this in off 1, and it's pretty. I think he's going to stun it instead of rolling it. There we go. Perfect.
An unmissable 8-ball.
And he takes a 6-1 lead.
And just went straight on the table. Little warm up.
He said, "Do you want a game, Dave?" I said, "No, mate, don't want to embarrass you." So I said to him, now he come in, he got his break cue, that got new break cue, and then he had a good practice.
Having spent the last 6 weeks in America, it might be a little bit of a shock when you come back on this table. How long have you been home?
Got home last week, but I played Liam White today.
Oh, of course, you
played
said
well
it.
today, yeah. You know, it was a bit different the first few times I got to the table, but I was fine today. I played really well. I've got over sort of like the hoodoo of the big bags in America and the heavier balls, but like I say, the first week, oh my, I was thinking I'm never going to be able to pot a ball down the rail again.
Yeah, it's a different game.
I was speaking to them over there. I said even though we've got tighter pockets and our game's a lot tougher, because they are tighter and you know just all that sort of jazz. I did say it's like we play tennis and it's like us going over to there and playing badminton. It's the same aim of the game. It's just different equipment. you know, and that's that really.
Great little analogy that, Dave. I do like that.
Yeah. You get the ball over the net, but yeah, you hit it so different tactics, different everything, and you know, it's like we ain't gonna go over and dominate 9-ball. Like the snooker players won't come over it to us and play dominate 8-ball.
We will see. But I'm with you.
I hope they don't dominate.
No.
I mean, it'll be a few nice draws though, playing a few of the top boys on TV. Oh.
Well, yeah, that is worth noting, Dave, that they're going to come in the same ranking system, so they're going to come in towards the bottom, or at the bottom, and the way the draw works is they are going to run into the top 10, top 12 players pretty early on.
I think they are seeded into the top 32 straight away.
Are they? Well, you're better informed than me.
Are they? I don't know.
I wouldn't have thought so, but I will get it confirmed. I'm sure somebody will let me know
and how's the white
pretty
here,
shortly.
by the way? Look at this.
Threaded the needle. An angle that didn't look there has gifted Conor Craig a good opportunity.
And if he's on that ball, that's a good shot. He can just go up and down the table and get back on his other yellow.
I mean, it'd be some comeback from 6-1. It's just not comfortable, is he? He doesn't seem to want to travel up and down out of the breaking area, in and out of the breaking area, I should say.
I was saying in America, the kitchen.
The kitchen. I'm not adopting that.
No, I'm not either. And that's a good shot.
That's okay.
There you go, Conor.
So
he's back. Conor's back.
He's a little bit worried, but ended up playing it absolutely perfectly. Six, 2.
Conor Craig won a scrappy 9th frame as well, but it used too much of the clock up and there was no time left for him to continue his comeback. So it is Stevie Dempsey that goes into the group final to take on Zach Shepherd.
It is. Zach just wants to get off to a great start with a nice break and clearance.
Well, he's won the first challenge in winning the lag.
And he's got a ball, and wow. Look at them.
These reds.
The only problem ball is the black. So, what did we find out, Dave?
You found something out.
So, we just want to give a big shout out to probably the best referee in the world, Trish.
Yeah. Yeah, Patricia Murphy, she messaged you.
Yeah, she did, and she told us that why ice, some ice is white, and it's because it has, is it higher oxygen, Dave?
It was, which is exactly what I told you not to say.
Yeah, you did. He was telling me, don't say it, you'll make me look
because
an
I wasn't
idiot
sure.
online.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. But, you know, you've got to have confidence in yourself, Dave.
You have to remember that much stuff through the years, mate, and you sometimes don't know where it comes from.
But
you're going to sound very silly if you're wrong.
But thank you very much, Trish.
Having a well-earned rest, I should imagine, after taking charge down in Daventry. I think he's okay here, Dave. Yes, the 8-ball is the only problem, but he's got a pretty big window to land on it into the bottom centre as we look at the table.
Already made. That's not a very good shot, Zach. Sorry, Zach. But you've got all that room. Just don't leave yourself nearly straight. All straight. I think he's just off. But there's so much room for error. Is he topping this now because he can't get out? Yeah.
Forced into playing a shot now. Is he straight enough to get down the table, or is he going to have to...
I think he's going to play for the gap. Roll it in and play for the gap. Trish just messaged me, but I can't read it because I'm in the zone. But Trish, we know we love you. And that was all. This finish has gone wrong, all because he left himself straight. And that is... Looked a good shot. Oh, look, he's on the ball, but 2 or 3 balls down the line, he out position.
Yeah.
And now he's snookered.
One bad positional shot has snowballed into this chance getting away.
Snowballed. I love that. Saying.
And Zach.
Oh, big swerveroo.
Fancy him for this though.
He's got it. Oh, that's unlucky.
Made contact but didn't pot it unbelievably.
And this is where Stevie is in his zone.
Well, he knows full well he's odds against, to say the least here.
Top it through. There we go. Massey?
You can tell you've been in America for a while.
Massey, rip the cloth and just look at Scott.
Call it a night. Toss a coin.
There we go, guys. Off you pop. I reckon Scott might start fighting Zach if he ripped the cloth.
That said, there isn't many other options here. He's looking at going round off 2 cushions at the top of the table.
And it would be end up 3. He would go that 2 and then he'd go 3 and he'd cut it in. So he needs to go between the yellows. 1, 2, hit the black, hit the yellow. He's got it. and here we go. It's 1-0 Stevie Dempsey.
You do like giving them before they've potted them.
Stevie's too good. I would put my house on Stevie getting these, but I still live at home, so it's not my house. No, I just, you know,
Starting to wonder if you've got that 50p from before now.
I haven't just had to get my blackcurrant and water on tick. No, I mean, I rate Stevie that high. I just never see him missing, and I know I might curse him, but you know, when you just rate a player that high, I'm not even nervous watching him. No, like on tours and stuff, because he's a really nice guy. I want him to win. You know, watching him thinking, oh, he's got these. It's one of my favourite players, like I said. And this is a small world. Speaking to him, I said, "Oh, you got a new break cue?" Because he just opened it. He went, "Yeah, I ordered it from a guy called Stephen Spencer." And funny enough, he plays in my pub.
Does he really?
He's a pool player that plays. He's a snooker player that sells cues from Runcorn. And I was like, "That's a small world, isn't it?"
It is. Hope he didn't pay delivery. Could have just got it dropped off.
Well, that's what I said. He said he got it delivered to Liam White because it was an extra 30 quid to Ireland. So Liam dropped it off for you. And Zach can't be making too many more mistakes like that.
Zach Shepherd got in first but failed to make the finish, and the counter clearance, although looked simple, he made it look just that. Yellow again was tracking towards that left centre pocket, but got kicked out the way.
And is he dry? Oh,
he is.
And look at them reds.
Yes, that's going to have choice here.
And these reds, he's got one bad red that he's near now, but he can get that. You know, he's got 2 or 3 balls he can develop that with. These are chances that Zach's got to be taken. Oh, there we go.
A friendly kiss.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's okay. And just nudging it out just a little bit more.
I think he's just going to flick off it and put the one over the middle.
That would open the whole frame up for Zach.
And then if he hits that and he can work his way down the table and back up for the black. Don't know how hard he wants to hit that a bit hard. Yeah. So I'd say he wants to move that red away from the yellow.
Yeah, he's okay here. He's going to play the one up to the top left. And he is bridging over the yellow, but doesn't have to do anything at all with the cue ball, so. No problems. It's just the shot that he's going to play after this one. Just a transition down the table. Left himself a little bit of angle.
I think he wanted a bit more, though, to be fair. He's got to screw out, and he's got to have a good cue ball here, because even though them reds look fairly open, they only go in a couple of pockets. So for me, I think he's going to go screw back near his hand and then back out. Look, there we go. Near his hand, and he's on that one in the other corner. That's a good shot. And I think he's just going to screw in and out the gap, but do not leave yourself straight, Zach. There we go.
Used all of the pocket.
That's what it's there for. That's a good shot. It's a really good shot. He's not hampered. He can just screw out past the yellow and then put the red in the middle and then the black wherever he feels like. And there's Leanne in the background. Is he playing this with left?
Chance to run round. Took a risk that way, but I think he's okay here.
Yeah, he did. And he was stretching,
There you go. Soft screw.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be bridging after this shot on that yellow, though. Oh, no, he's rolled it. Good shot. And if he gets this, technically he should be 2-0 up, Dave.
Yeah. Pool matches don't always pan out that way. Both of the opening two have gone against the break.
The next 4 frames were shared. Zach Shepherd has the break at 3-3.
3-3.
And he's got a black.
20 minutes left.
Look at that black. I just want to see one, Dave.
It's never in.
And he's got. Is he on?
He's made a ball though.
I mean, but this break is just as good as a golden break.
It's just as good. You took the words out of my mouth.
Beat you to it.
You did. We've done this together too many times. Can take either colour here. At first glance, I thought he may take reds, but if that yellow passes the 8 into the centre, he may consider yellows.
I think it's yellows all day for me, personally.
It's just that yellow in the centre of the table, nearest the 8 ball.
Yeah,
there we go. It
yeah,
passes into the centre, so we'll agree on the colour set.
Up and down. Oh, cannons, cannons. Don't like cannons. But he's okay.
Desmond Dave doesn't like cannons.
No, like doubles though. Desmond Dave loves the double.
Desmond Dave loves a double. Yeah, who do you think's the best doubler? You can say yourself.
I think I'm up there.
Absolutely.
But there's one person that I rate really highly at doubles, and that's Simon Fitzsimmons.
Really?
Yeah, he's a machine. Obviously, Phil Harrison's up there.
Phil Harrison, I was going to say, yeah.
Phil Harrison, but don't forget, this is only probably the second year I've ever seen Phil play. You know, he's
that's
a bit
true.
Out, you know, it's like no offense, he's a bit out of my age group. You know,
that's fair to say.
Yeah, and also there used to always be 2 tours, and he was always on the other tour.
Again.
You know? So over the years, I've not seen him play much, but I've heard he's an unbelievable doubler. But if I had to back anyone at doubling,
yeah, I've known Fitzy a long time now. It's not something that I'd always associate with him, I suppose. But if you say that,
machine and a mate, trust me. I mean, I don't
machine
like,
on doubles.
I don't like complimenting him. You know,
but he's very, very good.
Yeah, after he done me dirty on the doubles. The doubles event on last Monday. I was meant to partner him, but unfortunately couldn't because I was away. And when he was getting interviewed, he said, "Yeah, unfortunately Dave couldn't make it, but I've had a slight upgrade." I texted him straight away. Trust me. I was like, "Hey, any spot?" Just text me. I was laughing faces. Zach's about to go 4-3 up here.
He is. All because of that fantastic break. Captain Wales is back in front.
Wales beating Ireland at the moment.
Zach Shepherd won the next as well to go 2 clear for the first time.
Knows where he's breaking from every time, and he has broke well.
Perfect break, that.
And he's dry. But look where the white's gone. Oh, see him smirk. I see him smirk then.
Bad news, good news, as he brings the cue ball perfectly centre of the table. Fails to make a ball, but look at that. Nestles in to leave Stevie Dempsey's options very limited.
Stevie's just going to flick off this and pop it behind the red.
A delicate on and off, is it?
I think so. It's a little thing.
Is he touching ball? I don't think he is. Didn't see the referee call it. And he'll be taking another look here. Problem here, Dave, is you don't want to leave a sight at anything because these are quite nicely open.
Yeah, they are. So, if you also your Izaki, you got the shot clock in the back of your mind.
Do you favour yellows ever so slightly? Would you?
Yeah. And he's going to leave him on a yellow.
It's going to leave him on choice, I think. So, a couple of little delicate shots have given Stevie Dempsey a well-needed chance. And we're just about to tick over to the shot clock change.
We thought reds.
I don't think there's a lot in it. It was just, you know, personal preference, I suppose.
Yeah, it was definitely personal preference.
And this red passing was
Playing
probably
off it for the black. There we go.
That was probably his deciding factor in picking a colour set.
The only problem is where he's just nudged the black, the red in the middle of the table now doesn't go in that pocket. So he's going to have to get that into probably one of the corners. Probably the one that he's just potted the red into now. I think that's the one he might take it into as his last ball. But I could be wrong. He could take it now. Oh, sorry, after this one. I think he will do. Yeah, takes it now. Lands himself straight. I didn't think...
as long as he can top through, he's okay here. If he's topping through and canning in the yellow, though, Dave...
I think he's okay because he just stunned it dead.
Wants to miss this yellow and has done.
It's perfect. Good response from Stevie. Yeah, it's a good shot.
Very nice, and lands straight on his last red.
Perfectly on the black spot.
And surely from here there'll be no mistakes. 8 minutes remain. There's only one in it. He's going to have over 5 minutes
Turns
left
into a
in the
best
match.
of 5.
Well, will we see a conclusion? I'm not sure. I think the match clock will tick down.
Have we had a 6-head shootout in the Masters yet?
Yes, don't ask me who. We have though, yeah.
Who, Dave?
The file for the 6 reds is located in my phone.
I want to see one.
Another fantastic break.
I want to see one so much now. If I don't see a golden break, I want to see a shootout.
Do you know your own record in them, as we just watched Stevie lose position ever so slightly?
I think I've been in 3, won 1, lost 2, but one of them was like the second ever shootout, so we didn't have a good time, and I was absolutely rubbish. And then the other one was I played against Jimmy Croxton. He got 20 seconds, I got 21.
Wow, that's very good.
Yeah,
very, very good.
I know.
Well, I was going to ask you, what do you think is a good time? We always say it's around 25 and under, but
Not
as a
anymore.
player, are you thinking now sub 21, 22?
Sub 22. I think as a player, you know, I've seen Gaz Potts online do it in 12.
Yeah, that was...
Me and Gaz Higgins don't... Oh, we missed the cannon. Me and Gaz Higgins done it in, I think it was 14 or 16 seconds in practice.
in a doubles, yeah?
Yeah.
Stevie with a major problem. That yellow on the right-hand side.
He's going to try and screw into it now, maybe, or roll into the red and play the double. Oh, he's missed the red. And he's snookered himself. Oh, no.
He has snookered himself. So he's going to let Zach Shepherd back to the table here.
Oh, he's just getting his bad red out.
Is he going to hit this very hard? He is. Get it
1,
moving.
2, 3.
It's not going to find a pocket, but look where he's left this cue ball.
I mean, I think he's actually left him quite good there, Dave.
Oh, has he? Can he get past this yellow? Yeah.
Just
for a second, I thought he'd not left him anything. But this red does pass into the right centre. There you go, we can clearly see. That only just dropped in.
I think he's going to play this one near the yellow now. Screw down to the one near the bulk line. And then work his way back up table. Doesn't want to be touching on it, slow down. It's a great shot, especially because she's left-handed. If you're right-handed, this is a bit of a stretch, but being left-handed, this is nice. And what it makes it is nice as well, is next yellow is just off the rail. So that means he can come out enough.
Yeah, but being left-handed, he's now stretching over.
Yeah.
Although this should be unmissable.
Is he going to screw it back and then put them both in the same pocket?
He's a tall
Yeah,
lad,
there we
Zach,
go.
and that's no problem. This 8 ball looks tight, though. I'm going to get a better look at it.
I think he's just going to screw it. Is he going to screw it or is he topping it? He's topping it through, so that means he's absolutely perfect. There you go, look at that.
Oh, he's right behind this 8 ball.
I think he might go top bag. He's going top bag. I mean,
Biggest shot of the final so far. This for 6-4, straight in the heart.
Perfect.
It's worked for him all night. He'd love a ball or two here.
He's gone
Cue
off.
ball's
No.
close,
He's
but
got
he's
a ball.
stayed on the table. And he's made 2, 3 balls, was that? 4, maybe?
Oh, look at Stevie. That goes back into
I think this was 4 off the break again.
1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
4.
4.
There we
go. Fantastic.
Like kindergarten kids there, can't
We are, yeah, counting them up, yeah. That is an awesome weapon, though. I wonder if we'll see any other players adopt that, you know, where he puts his cue ball, make sure he puts in exactly the same spot.
I might have a look at that this week when practicing. And he's got one tricky shot here. He's got to get on his last red. I think he's going to do that off the ball, maybe on the right-hand side. That's a nice shot 'cause he's pushed that over, so that means he gives him another ball to get on that last red for.
Guarantees him an angle here as well.
I like it. You can hear the buzzers there for the 15 seconds.
Little bit short here.
Yeah.
If we're being cute.
I would have personally played on the ball on the rail.
Is this a natural angle to avoid the centre? Can he just
he can
drop
avoid
this in? Drop this in.
There you go.
There we go. And wants to be straight and isn't quite straight.
He's going to have to cue this really well to get where he wants to be.
Lots of... Well, he's going to this one.
Yeah, he mustn't have the right angle.
Yeah, that's a clever shot.
Oh, where's the cue ball?
Pocket.
Where's the cue ball going?
Wow.
Oh my goodness, breathe in.
Now, do you just give yourself a shot at the 8 here? Or do you risk bringing that centre pocket into play?
He's bringing that centre pocket into play. He's getting on it good. He's getting on it good. He's getting on it fantastic.
Brilliant bit of cueing. This is some performance by Zach Shepherd. It has to be said, he's just kept Stevie off the table.
He has, yeah. Stevie's missed a couple of chances, hasn't he? But that's about it.
7-4. The yellow go in. It makes no difference.
Doesn't it? Come on, Black.
8 balls, not on the move. And he's going to need to mop these up in very quick fashion and then hope for a chance on Zach's next break, followed by probably a golden break in the last.
Tell you what, this is one of the quicker clearances ever. We get.
Does this pass through the gap in the yellows?
Must do.
Of course it does.
But he's not got on his other one.
This is okay. He does have a shot here, though. Can go twice across.
Oh,
Once, twice across.
wow. What a shot that is.
Beautifully struck.
Oh, wow. What a finish this is. Is it too late for Stevie Dempsey, though? Oh, wow.
That is some break and finish by Stevie Dempsey.
That was rapid.
It might be immaterial. That was extremely entertaining.
Like you say, he's that person that will never, ever give in.
How quick was that, do you think? Well, he's made 4 on the last 2 attempts. Just needs 1 here. Oh, and Stevie was up out of his chair
And
because
them
he
reds.
didn't hit them well, did he? That was probably his worst break of the match, but he just... 1 came across.
Oh, look, there
He's
we
thrown
go.
the towel in. The handshake comes forward. Congratulations to Zach Shepherd. That is some performance against the odds.
It's Zach Shepherd then that causes a big upset, knocking out Stevie Dempsey, one of the top Ultimate Pool pros, and booking his place into the second stage of Ultimate Pool, the Masters.